Right, we'll just let everybody join.
And while we wait, does anyone want to tell us where they're from? You can drop it in the chat or not.
Welcome, everybody. We will start in just a moment. Just let everybody join in and we'll go from there.
I'm seeing some
Hi,
familiar
Marcia from
names.
Germany, Dubai, Pittsburgh. Fantastic. Someone else from Toronto, Maya.
Yay. I'm going to turn off the waiting room. Just let people in now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, lots of people coming
Germany.
in. Dubai, Germany, Prague,
Oh,
Toronto.
France, Miami, Midland. Someone else from the UK. Fantastic.
Toronto.
Martin. Paris.
There's two
Lovely.
Paris. Nice.
Yeah.
Miami. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, I was going to say the
Michigan.
US is underrepresented today.
We shall
Wait,
see. It's
David,
still
that's
early,
you in
early days.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Oh, no. Right.
Grand Rapids.
Right. Well,
That's
shall we make a start? Because we've got a lot to cover today. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for coming along. We have got a really exciting workshop for you today. We're joined by Drew and Dave, who Maya and I, we admire you two so much. You
we're in
are
all their
gurus in our eyes.
courses.
Yeah. Dave and Drew, they have been around in the marketing and software business for quite a while, helping businesses grow and helping consultants grow as well with your software products and your training and your mentoring. They are genuinely great guys, as opposed to a lot of people in this kind of industry are out there just to make the money and not actually care about what they're delivering. Dave and Drew are definitely people that we stand behind, and we're very excited to introduce them to you here. They're going to talk about AI, how AI can help you save time, money, improve customer service, and grow your business. And really, leave it over to Dave and Drew. Over to you.
Wow, thanks, guys. Well, I think Drew and I are both blushing from that introduction, so thank you. Really appreciate it. And great to see people from all over the world here. This is really cool. So thanks for having us today.
Yes, thanks for joining us, everyone. It's really a pleasure and a privilege to speak with everyone today. And thank you to Karen and Maya for the very generous introduction to echo David's comments. Yeah, blushing and feeling a little bit awkward, but nonetheless, really excited for everybody that joined us here today. We've got a brief presentation and a demo for everybody. Very briefly about us. We'll get into it in just a moment. David is from the Pittsburgh area. I'm from Philadelphia, just on the opposite state, the same state here in Pennsylvania, just opposite ends of the state. We're business partners, co-founders of several software platforms, but let's get into it. If you guys are okay with it, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And let me know, David, when you see that, and we'll get into it.
You are good, my friend.
All right. So let me just make sure that my presentation is showing. Are you seeing my notes, David, or no?
Nope.
Excellent.
Just your slides.
Excellent. I have a couple of notes to share with everybody, but let's dig into those. So, hey, everybody, really briefly, we're going to introduce ourselves. You'll see a slide and probably a little less attractive picture of me on the next slide. But we're super excited to be hanging out with everybody today. We are the founders of a company called Askspot.ai. Super excited to show you something that can truly help your business, even if you're not a tech person whatsoever. For a show of hands, who here is tech savvy? Who's maybe a little tech adverse? Maybe you've been dabbling a little bit in AI. just gave David a good idea, give us a good idea, kind of where you are. Are you messing around with custom AI chatbots? Are you doing a lot of this stuff? If not, that's okay too. We're going to show you a solution today and show you how we've built something out that can help all of us and even your clients as you move forward. Our goal today is really simple. We want to show you an easy way to build your own custom AI assistants to help with customer service, something that really saves you a lot of time, saves your potential customers and clients a lot of time, and gives your customers a better experience when they come to your website or even interact with you and your business in any type of way, even when you're off the clock. So Dave, what's the general feedback?
Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a variety here. So Pamela says she's just kind of dipping her toe in the water. Martin says he's tech savvy-ish or tech-ish savvy and open. We've got a data engineer in the house. Marcus says he's a curious newbie. Eleanor is new. And then Marcia is a data scientist. So Pamela is a copywriter. That's pretty cool. I bet you're loving what's happening with AI right now, Pamela, hopefully.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to share with everybody today, there's something for everybody, even the tech nerds like David, people that get into it like Maya and Karen. They really want to, mess around with the buttons and the dials. We've got something pretty sophisticated. And even for newbies, if you can drag and drop, if you can copy and paste, I think you're going to love what you see today. So let's dig into this a little bit more. Very briefly, I'm Drew Griffin. I'm the guy with all the hair on the right-hand side of the screen. I actually started my career in healthcare, spent about 30 years in healthcare as a hyperbaric wound care nurse specialist, which has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about today. But if somebody like me who worked in medicine can do this, then so can you as well. That background really just taught me how to solve problems carefully, clearly, and with human touch. Over the past 10 and a half years, I've used a lot of those same skills in that career to help small businesses succeed with digital tools, especially now with AI. We believe that this new technology that's at the forefront of all of our fingertips is like, circa 1996, when websites and the internet as we know it today was really just starting to come to fruition, right? And my business partner over on the left-hand side with those three amazing looking kids, the guy who's been blessed with a lot more hair than I am, looking cool and all that kind of stuff over there in Pittsburgh. He's been helping small businesses grow online for 20 years plus. He's a strategist at heart and has helped tons of businesses, local businesses, and the like to turn traffic into real revenue. And I think that's what a lot of us are very interested in, this convergence of this AI technology. How do we leverage this to actually make money or to help us and our businesses generate revenue, right? Because otherwise we're just tinkering. And we've been able to successfully do that. So when AI started changing everything, David knew it. He showed me, he's like, dude, we have to pivot our business into this AI. And we started to do something a little bit different, right? And that is to build super, super powerful, available software technology that's available to everyone. So let's continue here a little bit. Speaking of businesses, whether you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, maybe you own an agency, maybe you own a brick and mortar business. Running a small business means that you're probably doing a million things at once. If you've got no team, you know that you're wearing a lot of hats. You're doing lots of different features in your business, whether it's accounting and marketing and advertising, or just doing the thing, building the things that you're selling to your customers and clients. Again, you're the salesperson, you're the bookkeeper, you're the customer service rep, sometimes all in the same hour. You pivot all the time. And David and I, we did a lot of that too for a number of years until we started to figure out that we need to do something a little bit differently. And meanwhile, while you're doing all this kind of stuff, your customers, give me a number one in chat if you agree with this. Your customers, they expect quick replies from you when they've got a question, a comment, a concern, a question about a certain product or a service. Or if you work with local businesses, you know this to be true as well. Maybe they've got compliments, maybe they've got complaints, maybe they're asking for certain times of day that you're going to be open, when you're going to be closed, that sort of stuff, right? They message you at all times of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no matter what time zone that you're in, right? And clearly on this call, we've got folks that are joining us on this call that are from all over the world. And thank you, by the way, if it's later in the evening you're watching this, thank you so much for joining us. And probably not the most optimal time. We appreciate that you are meeting us on our schedule. But let's face it, you don't always have a big team or an IT department or even a customer service person to handle that kind of stuff, right? We're just talking basics of AI now. And honestly, you really shouldn't need somebody that's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's where AI comes in. And a lot of us maybe taking it, or our take on this is just a little bit different than most. And it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be scary at all. An AI assistant, and that's kind of what we're talking about today, can answer the most common questions like hours of operation, services, pricing instantly on your behalf, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And here's the cool thing about that, right? This technology, it never takes a break and it doesn't sleep. Imagine somebody coming to your website and ask you questions and your AI assistant or your chatbot answering, the basic, most trivial types of questions that you or your clients answer routinely 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? It doesn't sleep. It doesn't take smoke breaks. It doesn't take, holiday. It doesn't do anything. It's working for you. Now, let's just fast forward a little bit. Imagine 1,000 people coming to your website simultaneously, right? Like that's insane to me when a chatbot can serve 1,000 queries at the same time from different people from all parts of the world.
Maybe in different languages.
And in different languages, right? That's a good point, David. So the power behind this is really just on the surface. Like it saves you time, saves you energy, and answers a lot of questions and answers a lot of challenges and problems in multiple languages simultaneously, and it never takes a break. You get to save time, you get to reduce interruptions, and still give businesses and their customers the fast answers that they want to be delivered and to be received by those types of customers. And best of all, it makes your business look really, really professional. Even if it's just you running the show, you can really appear to be much bigger, much larger than you actually are. And most businesses, they don't care how small or how medium or how large that you are. They just want their problems and their questions answered the way that they want it to be answered. So the truth is, in this situation, right? Like a few years ago, David and I were in a very similar situation. We were running a very small type of business, and we experienced a lot of the same issues that most other businesses, most of the hurdles that other businesses much larger than we were actually handling, right? What they're actually dealing with. So we decided to do something that any crazy person would do. We decided to build our own tool, our own SaaS that leverages AI to do all of the heavy lifting for me. Who's on board with that? Like if you could have, an assistant, somebody that's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and answering the questions that you want them to answer in the way that you and your business wants to answer them, in your voice, in your tonality, in the way that you would speak with customers and clients, or maybe even better, right? When you have somebody that can do a lot of that heavy lifting for you, it does a big deal. It makes a big deal for your business. So we'd love to introduce to you our tool, which was so kindly referred to by Karen and Maya, both in emails and the invitation and the introduction here. Love to introduce you and kind of show you around our tool, which is called Askspot. It's an AI software that we built from scratch, right? This is not some white label solution of somebody else's solution or whatever. We built it from the ground up to serve our needs. And when we started to get the results that we were looking for, some of our friends, some of our colleagues in the software world, as well as a lot of local businesses, they started to notice. And we realized, boy, maybe some of our customers and maybe some of our agency clients and some of other businesses could use this on a more commercial or maybe even a private label type of approach, right? So this software itself, it makes using AI and building these custom AI assistants super, super easy, drag and drop simple. It makes it practical and pragmatic for anyone, whether you are a novice or an advanced engineer or somebody that wants to quickly put something together that does some pretty sophisticated things in the back end, like webhooks and all that other kind of stuff, right? Collecting data and doing some pretty sophisticated things in the background. We decided to build something. We decided to build out AI agents and tools to solve the common hurdles facing almost every business. That's like you, that's me, that's David, that's, businesses that are much, much larger than we are that are actually using this tool right now. So what is Askspot exactly? Well, it's a platform where you can build out your own AI assistants, as I just mentioned, without very many technical skills at all. In fact, you don't need any technical skills. If you've got technical skills, that's a bonus, right? You'll pretty much be able to understand this intuitively. You don't need to code. You don't need to set up complicated systems. A lot of it is drag and drop, copy and paste easy. Again, if you can copy and paste, you can absolutely do this. In fact, we're going to show you our platform momentarily. And once you build it, you can put this custom AI assistant on your website. You can share it by way of a link. You can add it to your email signature. You can put it pretty much anywhere that you can see something online, right? It's super flexible, super, super simple. So here's just a few ways that our users, a lot of our customers, our existing user base right now, are actually using this. Many of them are small businesses, small business owners like you. Maybe many of them are agencies. Many of them are starting their consultancies, and they're going out there working with other small businesses, local businesses, regional businesses in multiple countries, right? So you can build custom AI chatbots that answer customer service questions. In fact, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build out a very simple one and show you our tech and answer any questions that you have along the way, or at least at the end of this presentation. Or you can build one that captures leads and qualifies them for you. That's one of my favorite ways to do it. In fact, I use one of these types of AI assistants when I'm out there doing presentations at chambers of commerce's, BNI groups, Rotary groups, large institutions teaching in front of colleges and universities and that sort of thing. One of my favorite ways to demonstrate this is to generate leads for myself from the stage, just using a simple QR code that's attached to this chatbot. You can build an assistant that helps people understand your services or your guides, your time of day, that kind of stuff, like that you're open, that you're closed, all kinds of things. In fact, you can even do scheduling if you wanted to. You can even use it to screen people before they book appointments with you, which is super, super handy for a lot of people that may want to kind of whittle your customers down a little bit into your ideal prospects and customers. It's like actually having a front end desk person that's working for you at their top of their game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never calls out sick. So in today's demo, we're going to build out a customer service chatbot together, and again, answer any questions that you have along the way. This assistant is going to be able to answer questions, ask for customer information, guide people based on what they need, all automatically. I like to change out automatically with automagically, because to me, even though I'm playing in this space and this is our software, I still think it's magical, right? This whole AI stuff is complete magic to me, and people like me, right? And this is something that you could build rather quickly. Again, Drop simple. You're going to see in David's demonstration exactly how that goes. So with that said, let's dig in. Let's jump out and show you Askspot, and we'll show you some other things along the way. I'm sure you'll be curious about some things that we've just added to the platform. Most of you probably have never seen this platform before, so it's all going to be brand new to you, but we love to share this stuff with you as well. So David, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to pass it over to you to kind of show everybody the platform.
Awesome. Is my screen up for you?
Let me see.
Just want to make sure. Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to take you through a quick demo and just show you how easy it is to really set up one of these assistants. So if you're a small business owner, if, depending on what you've got going on, obviously people are visiting your website and will most likely at some point have a question for you. And I'm sure we've all seen one of these little chat things down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, right? Up until, I don't know, Drew, when did ChatGPT come on scene? Late 2023?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Up until then, like chat widgets like this were normally powered by a human behind it. Or if they weren't, they were very, very difficult to set up in terms of being able to add all the information to it, to have it respond in kind of like a human way. But now, with the emergence of artificial intelligence, chat widgets like this that live on your website can be there 24/7 and answer those frequently asked questions that you're getting all the time on your website. Like, what time are you open till? Where are you located? Do you have this product? Do you have that product? How do I make an appointment? It really depends on your exact type of business and use case, but you know what I'm getting at, right? But now, no longer is a human needed for a chat widget like this. The AI can take care of it all for us, and probably even in a better way than a human can, because the AI is always in a good mood. The AI always has the same personality. The AI is fast and almost instantaneous. The AI can speak in 90 different languages, right? So it's always there. It's always on 24/7 and can take care of questions like, where are your office locations? Boom, right? What's your office phone number? There it is, right? All sorts of questions. Just kind of wanted to show you what we're going to be building today. It's going to be something very similar to this. So I've actually got a local business here in my area that we're going to be building one of these for. So I'm going to start the initial build out with you guys today and just show you how simple this is. Let me know in the chat, can everybody copy and paste on a computer? Because if you can copy and paste, you can build one of these assistants for your business. It's really, really easy. Let me just get rid of this. So I'm going to take you inside of our platform, Askspot. Kind of looks like this. It's very simple and easy to use. I'm going to start by creating a new folder for myself here. Call it a demo folder, and I'll go inside there, and I'm going to click to create a new chatbot. So there we go. And let's see here. This is DeLuca Roofing. There we go. And we're just going to hit create. And there is our chatbot. We're going to click on it. It's going to take us to the setup process. So how this works is this is called a custom AI-powered chatbot. And it's custom because the knowledge that it has is knowledge that we are feeding to it. So in order for a chatbot like this to operate properly, we have to train it on information about the business it's going to be answering questions for. And we have a bunch of different ways that we can do that. And as you can see, we're on the sources tab here. So this is the part of the setup process where we're going to train this AI-powered chatbot about the business that it's going to be working for. Okay, almost like an employee, and we have to train it. Has to understand about the business, has to know the questions that it's going to be answering. So there's several different ways that we can do that. We can upload files. So imagine if we had a big spreadsheet or a document that had a bunch of information about that business, we could upload those files. We can scan web pages. So all we have to do is enter website URLs here, and our AI will go out and scan those pages and absorb the context or information on those pages. We can add our own manual questions and answers. So like, what time are you open till? And then we put the answer, we are open until whatever time we're open till. Text. So if you have a bunch of text or information in another document or somewhere else, you can paste it right in here, or you can just free form type. So if there's a bunch of information that you want to type in and tell the AI about the business, you could do it that way. You can connect things like Google Sheets and Google Documents. These are great because they're almost like a living document. So like a Google Sheet or a Google Doc, you could always add information to, and then you can tell Askspot, hey, every 48 hours, I want you to go look at that Google Sheet and find any new information and add that to your knowledge or your context about the business. So that's kind of cool. And then RSS feeds are another way that you can train your AI. For today's purposes, we're going to show you about scanning web pages. So what we'll do is kind of go ahead here and look at DeLuca Roofing. Now, what we want to make sure that we're doing is not giving the AI too much information. One thing that you want to avoid doing is like scanning every page of the website, because sometimes too much information is not a good thing. It can confuse the artificial intelligence. It tends to create answers that are not as accurate. So we only want to give it the best information about the business. First thing we'll do is just scan the home page here. So we'll grab the URL. We'll come in here. We're going to paste it. And we can add more URLs here too. So that's the home page. Obviously, we want to do that. So the About page, I think that's a great page. Has a bunch of information about the business, about the people behind it, a little bit of their story. So we'll grab that URL. So it's the About page. Add that in. Let's go back. Now they have information about their specific roofing services. So they have commercial roofing and then residential roofing. We're going to click on commercial. We'll grab that. Paste that in. Add some more URLs here. Commercial. So then they have specific products, which is good information to add about commercial roofing. So that was, oops, go back here. Metal roofing. See, if you can copy and paste, you can do this. It's not difficult. I'm just going to add all these in really quick. There we go. And flat roofing. We're going to add these. As you can see, it's processing. So what's happening right now is AI is going out, it's looking at those web pages, extracting all the information from those pages and adding it to a database that the AI can see and extract information from when somebody asks a question. And it's starting to process those. Just refresh here. And those are all processed. There we go. We're going to add a few more, and then we'll kind of move on. So residential roofing. Boom. Roof repair. Roof replacement. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's move on. Citing. They have a page for citing here. We'll add that. Gutters, we'll add that. Skylights. Contact page. Now it looks like they have a free estimate page. That's a great thing, right? Boom. And I think we've got it all. We've got most of it here. Projects, quick links. Here's some of their most recent projects. And I think we've got it all. All right, let's add these. There we go. It's just adding those as sources. Perfect. That's processing, and those are all processed. So now we've given it a bunch of information about that business. AI went out, scanned the web pages, absorbed all that context and knowledge on those pages, and now it kind of has like a knowledge base about that business, who they are, what services they offer, where they're located, what their phone number is, all that stuff, right? So now we're going to move on. So we've added all the context and sources. We're going to go to the settings tab here. And first thing we're going to do is go to our AI configuration. So this is where you kind of explain to Askspot and the AI what this customer service assistant, what their role is and how it should act. Like, does it have a personality? Is it supposed to be overly polite? Is it supposed to guide somebody towards an appointment? Those sorts of things. And we have a tool built right into the software here that helps you do that. So if you go over here to prompts, and we have something called a prompt generator. So what we give you here is very basic. It's kind of like a starting point, and it does work well for customer service type chatbots like this, but we can even make it better by creating a custom prompt just for this assistant and for this business. So if we click on prompt generator here, we'll reset this, and I'll just say, let's see here. Hi, I would like to create a custom chatbot assistant for a website of a roofing company named DeLuca Roofing. And our custom AI prompt builder said, great, to create a custom chatbot assistant for DeLuca Roofing, we need to gather some information. What specific tasks or what tasks or questions do you want the chatbot to handle for DeLuca Roofing? This assistant will be living on their website as a chatbot. So it will answer frequently asked questions like, how do I get an estimate? What is your pricing? What services do you offer? And other common questions like that. Got it. The chatbot will handle frequently asked questions. Is there any specific tone or style that you want the chatbot to use when interacting with users? For example, should it be formal, friendly, professional? I like the chatbot to be professional, but yet very friendly and lighthearted. I'd also like the chatbot to suggest that somebody book an appointment for a free estimate after every other interaction with the chatbot. All right, so that's kind of it. I went through it. Obviously, you could keep reiterating and go back and forth with the AI, and they'll kind of refine it for you. But let's test this. And we'll say, go ahead and test. It actually just wrote the prompt for me, right? So what I'm going to do is just copy this, We're going to go back to our chatbot. We're just going to paste this in. And now our assistant has a custom set of instructions. Turn off my dictation there. There we go. Has a custom set of instructions to work from, right? Super easy. Some nerdy techie stuff. You can, dictate which AI model you'd like to use. So we have OpenAI, we have Google Gemini, Claude. We're about to add option for DeepSeek, which is another option. And then depending on which model you're using, you can choose, which version of that model you'd like to select. So maybe for this one, we'll use ChatGPT 4. Temperature settings, these kind of dictate, how well the AI is going to stick to your set of instructions. So you can kind of give it a little leniency to be creative, or you can, say, hey, I want you to be precise and stick to my instructions, right? We'll just leave it on our normal setting for now. Let's save the changes. And there we go. Customizations. So we can obviously, edit this and change the style of it so it matches kind of the look and feel of their website. We have lots of pre-made themes here. You can create custom themes if you'd like. We even have some different variations on the chat widget here, which is kind of cool. I kind of like when it's big. So when you open it, it gives you more space to type and chat. Gonna just make some adjustments here. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to our general tab here. And this is where you can upload the little images for the chat widget. You can choose one of our pre-made ones, or you can just, choose, or you can upload a custom one. For our quick demo here, we'll just use one of our pre-made options. And then when you open the chatbot here for the first time, there's a message that's waiting, right? And this is kind of like a welcome message. And this is where you adjust this. So you could say something like, hi, I'm an AI-powered assistant for DeLuca Roofing, period. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to point you in the right direction. There we go. And we can call this DeLuca Roofing chat. Boom. So there we go. I didn't have a timer on. Now, obviously, you can take your time with this. You can fine tune it, but in the big scheme of things, it's kind of ready to go. So you can say, hi, what services, services do you offer? Look at that. Hello, DeLuca Roofing offers a wide range of services. We perform all of our work in-house and never use subcontractors. We also offer manufacturer's warranties and full inspections for your peace of mind. Would you like to book an appointment for a free estimate? Let's see, how do I book an appointment? Right. So we can make an adjustment here, right? It gave us their phone number and their email address, and it suggested that we email them, right? So it does take a little bit of time to kind of fine tune things like this, but it's not very difficult. So one really important aspect of Askspot is we give you access to all of the chat logs. You get to see every interaction that your chatbot has. And this is really important because you need to see how the AI is answering questions from people who are, on your website. And this also gives you the opportunity to kind of dial things in a little bit and fine tune the answers that the AI gives to questions that are asked by your prospects and customers. So in this instance here, I said, how do I book an appointment, right? Now, this is not wrong, but it could be better. It could be more streamlined and precise, right? We're not looking to have somebody, go and email directly. We want to send them to that form on their website because we're looking to push people into the funnels or the ways that they're getting people to book appointments already. We're not looking to reinvent the wheel here. So what we can do is when we need to correct and fine tune something is click this add as Q&A. And what this does is as soon as I click that, it adds that question here as the question. So how can I book an appointment, right? And then let's go back to their website. Where's that free estimate page here, right? Can do so by using this link. There we go. So we gave it the correct link now. Now, when I click save here, what happens, guys, is if I go back to my sources, remember when we were scanning all those web pages? Where's my Q&A? It added it somewhere. Oh, there it is at the top. So it added it as a new source of knowledge, right? The question and answer. And I can actually even look at it here. How do I book an appointment? Click on that link, right? So now, if we go back, do I... Look at that. Better, right? To schedule an appointment with DeLuca Roofing, you can submit your contact details on our website using this link. Boom. Just like that. Super simple. We have some analytics here that gives you some feedback on, how many chats are happening with your chatbot, how many times maybe somebody X's it out to get rid of it, how many times it was loaded on a web page. And that's how simple it is to set up an AI-powered, customer service assistant for your business or somebody else's business. Now, once you get this set up, it's really easy to share. If you go up here to where it says code, we give you a bunch of different options where you could share this. Obviously, you can add it to your website. So you would just grab this chatbot code here. This just gets embedded or added to your website. If you don't know how to do this, your webmaster probably can do that for you very easily. Not a big deal. We also give you what's called a direct to chatbot link. So this link up here, you can copy this. And if you paste that in, it gives you something that looks like this. So you can direct somebody there. Maybe you want to add this to your email signature, or you need to give somebody a link who wants to ask some questions. Whatever it happens to be, you can lead them right to your chatbot by supplying them with that direct to chatbot link. Super easy to share. We have a couple different versions of that. One is like a full screen version, but and then you can also embed these like this box here, like anywhere on your website. So maybe if you have a blog post where you're talking about something within your business, you could actually create one of these chatbots just for a blog post that has more information or whatever it happens to be. You can actually embed one of these chat boxes right inside of like a web page within a blog post or inline, maybe under a video. Imagine if you had a video on your website with a bunch of information on it. You could get the transcript from that video, train one of these assistants with that transcript, and put one of these chat boxes under a video. Now people can interact with your video and ask questions about it, and the AI can answer those questions. So that's kind of the once over, Drew. Is there any questions in the chat box? I haven't really had a chance to look at the chat.
Yeah, some good questions.
Sure.
Yeah. So Celia asked, red teaming, do you perform adversarial testing before the bot goes live as part of your service? Could you please unpack this side of things? So yeah, I think in terms of the testing, we're kind of doing that right now as we're kind of testing it and see where things go. If you're doing this on behalf of your clients, that is part of your service. Like I would bake that into your service and say, hey, let's work with each other to see what's the most important part. What type of functionality, what type of information do you want this to reveal? And what information don't you want this to reveal? Somebody asked a little bit earlier, David, like in terms of privacy and security and things like that, like what's your recommendation based upon that sort of thing? Like, patient data and stuff like that. You probably wouldn't be doing much of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the example I showed you when I first started sharing my screen was one of our AI assistants on an actual medical office's website. And what we do there is, yeah, we're not looking to collect patient info or we're not connected to like a patient info portal or anything. It's really just to answer questions like, hey, do you take this insurance? Yes, we do take this insurance. Or how do I make an appointment? Oh, if you'd like to make an appointment, you should click on this link or you should call this phone number to make an appointment. Or, who are the doctors at your office? Can you tell me about them? And it can answer those questions. Just very simple, common FAQs that businesses get all the time are the types of things that we'd recommend that these assistants take care of.
Along those lines, Dave, would you mind sharing like the chats, the chat log? Because I think that's one thing that might be interesting to folks is that how we're actually using the chat log.
Well, I did share how you can use it to fine tune with the Q&As. What else were you looking for on that?
No, I think that's good. Just somebody was talking about security a little bit earlier, but like one way is to fine tune your chat. Like the way that we're using is to maybe identify how people are interacting with our website, and then sometimes you may not have thought of something on your website that might you might identify. Here's a common question that we haven't answered that allows you to kind of provide another level of customer support, and then perhaps even share the chat log with that particular business so they're not messing around with your software and that sort of thing.
The thing to keep in mind is, really the most important part of this is this prompt here. This is like the instruction manual for the AI to follow. The more detailed the prompt, the more the more detailed the prompt, the better responses that you're going to get in the way that you want them. The AI is very consistent. In fact, we find it's way more consistent than actual humans are. Especially if you dial in this prompt and really give it a detailed set of instructions, and don't give it a lot of leeway in terms of the temperature here. It really sticks to its role and is very, very consistent.
The second part of Celia's question was about abuse of the chat. So if someone's intentionally asking silly questions, can turn into a lot of tokens, for example. This is part of we do have chat limiting on this as well, Celia, so that we can help you control that as well.
Yeah, you can limit the amount of messages there also. Honestly, we have thousands of users on the platform. We've never seen this as a major issue, really. And also the cost of the API usage for most of the AI platforms is just going down and down and down and down. It's almost a nominal cost at this point.
Yeah. Mahib is asking, they've noticed that AI tools often provide incorrect responses if not properly trained or fed. Well, yeah, that's part of what we're showing you here is that if you train it properly and dial in your prompt and the bot itself, that is probably going to give you a better result. And depending on the model that you're using and that sort of thing as well.
Sure.
Yeah, we cover a lot of that inside the internal training. Yep. Any other questions that you guys have? I mean, Dave, you did an amazing job kind of showing, the top, top level stuff. We can go much, much, much deeper in some sophisticated things. Maybe you want to
Yeah.
quickly show maybe the template library of something that we've.
Sure. Yeah, we've got a bunch, we have a bunch of built-in templates that you can use. They're for all different use cases. Overall, though, what we really wanted to try to demonstrate is how easy this is. Like literally, if you can copy and paste, you can build one of these assistants for your business. It's not difficult. There's zero technical, skills that you have to have. You don't have to code. It's just copy and paste easy. But yeah, we do have a bunch of different templates for, all different things. Above and beyond creating like a website assistant that answers questions for a business. These custom AI assistants can have a variety of use cases. They can create content for you. They can create marketing plans for you. All sorts of stuff that you can kind of see here as you can do trivia. We have a bunch of different bots and AI assistants that run like trivia contests, assessments. This one will take you through a Myers-Briggs assessment, all sorts of stuff.
So given the ones that you've just or just shown on the screen, Dave, someone's asking, what happens if in some of the web pages there are files like PDFs and text? Can the bot read them and recover the info?
Yeah, and like most times, yes. You can also, if for some reason a web page is not scannable, you can, if you do have a PDF, you can actually just directly upload the PDF here, or text files, documents, .csv files. You can actually directly upload files too. But in most cases, yeah, if you have a PDF that's like on a URL or web page, you can just give it that URL and it will absorb that context or knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there also a generative output format rather than question and answer?
And Martin,
What was that again?
I'm sorry, guys. It was muffled a little bit. Can you repeat your question?
Okay, I said that Martin's asking, other than the bot interface where we ask questions and answers, is there a generative output format as well using the same information base?
Well, we do have another product or another type of tool built into the platform, which is called an IntelliForm, which is a little bit different than the chatbot interface that you have here. The plan wasn't to go too into those today, but I can kind of show you what that looks like. Let me see here. So let me just find, here we go. So an IntelliForm, it kind of looks and feels like an online form that you'd see, like a Google form or a form that you'd see online somewhere, right? It collects information just like any other form would, but there's some magic happening in the background with artificial intelligence where it can take the answers given by the person who's interacting with the form and generate an AI output with those answers. Okay. So step one is to build your form out, right? So we have a bunch of different form pages here. This particular one is for collecting feedback for a local business. So we have a welcome page and then some simple questions like what plumbing service did we provide? Which technician assisted you? Give us your feedback. So how would you rate us on a star rating of 1 to 5? Share your experience with our service, a couple words. We collect the person's name and email address, and then we have a thank you page. But on this thank you page, something special happens where there's an AI generated output that's delivered to the person who filled the form out. Okay. And all that's controlled here in what we call a prompt builder. So each one of these form fields where we collected information has a unique identifier. It's called a unique ID, right? So within the prompt, we can direct the AI to take that information that's attached to those unique IDs and do something with it. Okay. And then this one, what it does is it can dictate and figure out a good review or good feedback from a negative feedback, right? And depending on whether it's positive or negative, that messaging will be different on that final page where the AI output is given. And there'll be different messaging altogether, whether it's a positive review or negative review. So to show you an example here, if we go and fill this out quickly, in new sync and hot heater. Bob helped us. We're going to give a 4-star review. They did an amazing job, and the price was right. And now we're going to submit it. So this would be considered a good review.
I'm not fond of people who say you did an amazing job and then leave you a 4-star review. Like, excuse me, what's higher than amazing?
So he says, hey, Drew Griffin, thank you for your feedback. We're thrilled to hear you had a great experience with the installation of your new sink and hot water heater. Bob will be happy to know that they made a positive impact. We'd love for you to share your experience on Google. Below is a suggested review. Feel free to copy and paste it, then click the link below to post it on Google. So basically what's happened, it's figured out it's a good review, right? It created a little welcome note here for Drew on the final page. And then it wrote a suggested review and provided Drew with a link that he can click on and just paste that review and leave that company, positive feedback and review on Google. Pretty cool. Now, if we do the same thing, new sync, whatever. Bob, we're going to leave a 2-star review. They showed up late and made a mess. Try it again. You'll see the difference this time. All right. So, dear Drew, we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience with your new sink installation. We appreciate your feedback and understand that our technician Bob showed up late and made a mess, which is not the standard of our service we strive to provide. Please reach out to our owner directly so we can address your concerns. Owner's name, email address, you could add the phone number. That's all controlled by the prompt. Your satisfaction is a priority. And there you go. The exact same form, 2 different types of feedback left. The AI figures out what's good, what's bad, and adjusts the messaging on the back end dependent on, the sentiment of the review.
And by the way, as a part of our service as well, is if anybody gives us under a 4-star, we automatically signal our Terminator bot to go out to that particular individual and make sure that they don't need to leave a 3-star below ever again. Completely joking, but am I? I'm totally joking, by the way. We like to have a lot of fun with our bots, by the way. Skynet is born, and I, for one, welcome our AI overlord. So I try to be as positive as I possibly can when we're talking about these services. David Vinay is asking, will this work with automated replies to emails? AI in general.
Au-
Askspot will not work with automated replies to emails.
No.
Miriam asks, will the AI suggested reviews be different every time? It sounds more authentic if it's the person's words, though.
Yeah, it will be. It kind of spins them and creates a new one for every review.
Yep. There you are, guys. Well, we wanted to give you kind of an overview of what our platform is, and we continue to develop and support the platform with new iterations. We just introduced collections, and that's just a very, very surface level look at IntelliForms. We've got a flow builder as well. It's literally drag and drop aspect in there as well. People, a lot of our users are building out some very sophisticated things, even like little mini courses and whatnot with videos that proceed from one section of the chatbot and AI assistant to the next section to the next section, and very, very interesting things that folks are doing with this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time, Dave. We'll kind of wrap things up. And we do have an offer for everybody. If you're interested, we'd love to, give you guys a trial to the platform if you guys want to try this out. So let me go ahead and share my screen, David.
Yeah,
Let me
you're
know when
good.
you see it again. All right, there we go. So we want to make it very easy for everybody to get started. So just for you and Maya and Karen's audience here, and for a short period of time after they get the replay out, everyone who starts a free 30-day trial today will get help from our team. We have an amazing team. Kim will be helping you get your first chatbot set up. She's one of our AI specialists. She'll personally walk you through and help you build out your first AI assistant. She'll show you all the ropes, show you the ins and outs, any questions that you have. Super approachable. I think both Karen and Maya, I think both of you have met Kim, but if you haven't, you should absolutely do so. She's an absolute delight to work with. She knows the platform inside and out, just like David and I do, and she's just a delight to work with. So you're not on your own. We're going to help you utilize this platform if you're interested and you want to take a quick peek at this, or even not even a quick peek, a 30-day trial to this, just to see if this will serve you, your business, your agency, if you want to sell these on behalf of other businesses, to other businesses, to your clients, or you just want to use it for yourself, which is a lot of our users do. We'd love to bring you on board and have you participate with this. So here's the link to get started. You can just go ahead and while we don't have a scan QR code for you here today. I thought we did on the screen, but we don't. Just head over to askspot.ai/amplify. Again, askspot.ai/amplify. We're going to give you a 30-day trial, which is very rare. We hardly ever do that for audiences, but 30 days. We want you to be a part of our community, join our community, ask your questions. You get to meet David, you get to meet me, you get to meet Kim, and some of our other team as well. And a community of people that are actually building out these custom AI assistants, chatbots, IntelliForms, very interesting ways to leverage the platform. So this is your chance to take something off of your plate, and for those of your customers and clients. We use these all the time to connect with local businesses. Sometimes we give some of these away. Sometimes we get our foot through the front door with businesses and then build out very, very sophisticated bots that we charge every single month for access to these types of platforms, because it solves big time problems for a lot of those customers and clients. So let's build this together, right? Let's have some fun. Karen and Maya are part of several of our communities. They can probably speak to that as well. But we've got you covered, right? So let's get you started. Start building out your custom AI assistants in just minutes. Drag and drop simplicity. Of course, there's a little bit of an orientation period to understand where all the things are. But the more that you use the tool, the more sophisticated you're going to be. You're going to see some interesting templates that are in there. You can modify them, make them your own. You more or less get access to everything underneath the roof, which is a big time plus for you and your business. You get to bring your own AI key directly to the platform. You can even extend that to your customers and clients, or even ask them to bring their own AI key as well. So it keeps any usage cost down. Start reclaiming hours of your week and those for your clients as well. Again, askspot.ai/amplify. With that, I will leave it at that and we'll answer any final questions that anybody might have about askspot.ai. Head over to askspot.ai/amplify if you're interested in taking us up on that 30-day trial.
Eleanor's asking, what does it cost after the free trial? We have 3 different plans, Eleanor. And really, if you're just getting started, you would just need our starter plan, which is $29 per month.
Which is really cheap. And like I said, talk to Kimberly during your trial, as soon as you get your
I'd
trial.
like to just chip in and say this is absolutely.
Go ahead, Karen.
I'd like to chip in and just say that. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of a lag, Karen. That's what's happening.
Oh.
And like
this
I
is
was
an awesome
saying,
offer, guys. Askspot does so much more. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to talk over Karen yet again, because that's what I do. I was just going to say, if you guys talk to Kim, you should talk to her right after you join, because I literally asked her, how do I monetize this? And she gave me ideas that literally I could go tomorrow and start selling. Speaking of selling, if we do decide to use this as, an agency offer of some sort, how much would you charge to build a chatbot like this, given that I just saw you build one in 10 minutes?
The answer to that is always $1 billion. I'm joking. Well, there's lots of different ways depending on the complexity of some of these bots. Sometimes we give them away for free, and sometimes that leads to other business for more complex chat bots and in teleforms and other AI types of services like automations and all kinds of lead generation and all kinds of things. One very popular thing that I use it for that seems to resonate quite well is I do a lot of presentations in front of audiences like the Chamber of Commerce's and Rotaries and whatnot. And literally on my phone, during the networking side of it, there's a little QR code that's on my phone. And when I'm speaking in front of the room and afterwards people come and hang out with me, they scan the QR code that's on my phone, my lock screen of my iPhone. And from there, it opens up my widget, my Askspot widget, which then leads them through almost a little bit of a discovery process. So from a lead generation side of it, it makes a very interesting business card, an interactive business card that delivers information, right? It can deliver lead magnets in a very interesting way with webhooks. So instead of just a static business card, if they're interested in XYZ, whatever my product might be, like right off the bat, it gives them an idea. So almost everybody that I meet at a networking event or a chamber event, or if I'm doing a presentation in front of a group or an organization where there's hundreds of people in the audience, there's multiple ways to display and demonstrate your custom AI chatbot. And the reaction is typically, how do I get one of those? So let me ask everybody here a question. If at the very surface level, you were just going to charge $10 a month and you had a full room of people, 100 people in the room that were interested in your product, would you turn down $10 a month for a custom AI chatbot that just would be acted as a smart AI assistant for your business card? Who here would turn down $1,000 per month? Give me a number 3 in chat if $1,000 is not impressive to you. Just by simply sharing a custom AI chatbot by way of your business card, a QR code that's on your business card, or maybe you have a QR code that's on the wall or on your iPhone, right? It's $10. Like most people, $10 per month for every real estate agent that you're speaking to, they're going to like that. What if that custom AI chatbot business card also gave everybody a link to all of their open houses or what properties they've got to sell? Suddenly, that $10 a month replaces their website. And when they're actually out there networking with individuals, that's pretty impressive. I know a lot of people aren't impressed by $10 every single month. It's still $120 per year for a custom AI chatbot that you essentially copy and change out the prompt, right? Who here has a subscription to an online streaming service or music
Who
like
doesn't?
Spotify? What's that?
Who doesn't?
Right. So if you go in the opposite direction, I know a lot of people aren't impressed by a $10 per month service, but when you've got hundreds, if not thousands of people paying you $10 a month for an AI powered business card, suddenly you've got a
Yeah.
very interesting and very simplistic business. What if you charge $20? Suddenly you just doubled what your rate is. I know there's a lot of people out there will spend $20, $25, $30, $50 a month, depending on the sophistication. Can you take all those leads that come in and send it off to their CRM so their sales team can follow up with those individuals? Interesting, right? Could it be $50 a month? Could it be $100 a month? So it's really, the question isn't like, what can't you charge? It's like, what should you charge in order to get that positive net outcome in terms of revenue? The one question that I typically ask a lot of do you have to charge $10 to everybody? No, not at all. In fact, a customer, a customer that buys pizza from a pizza owner, right? What are they typically? What's the short-term value versus the long-term value of one of those clients versus maybe an attorney or a physician? The good ones, right? That have a thriving business. What do you charge for client acquisition? Well, some of those customers are worth a little bit more than others.
Right.
So the net return on something like this gives you a lot of flexibility, and depending upon the sophistication of a chatbot or an IntelliForm is one thing. And then what about your consulting and your services and your automation and lead generation beyond that? So again, right off the bat, I think there's a lot of value in all of our pricing models that we provide Askspot for, but what you can charge is entirely up to you. We don't take any of that revenue whatsoever.
And for a business owner, just not having to answer the phone every 2 minutes to answer, are you open today, is worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, there you are, everybody. Thank you so much, Maya and Karen, for inviting us on to come and meet your audience. You guys are doing some great stuff in AI, and we're just grateful for the opportunity to come and share what we're doing with AI, in particular with Askspot. Again, if you want to take a free trial, it doesn't hurt. 30 days. If you've got questions, we've got a very supportive customer support. You'll get to meet Kim, myself, David, some others as well within the community. We'd love to welcome you on board and see what you guys can build with Askspot.ai.
Yeah. And thank you again, David and Drew. This was amazing. And that offer is really good. So if you want it, grab it. I will send out the replay, and we will see you all very soon, hopefully at the next one.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Thank you again. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.